Entry, Bogfisher. I accompanied Marquis d'Archambault upon his expedition reluctantly, although d'Archambault insisted that an exploration to show me the truth and beauty of the world might assuage the consternation with which I observed it. As we entered the caves, the cold and brackish water dripping incessantly, we came upon a hulking beast whose great flapping paws slapped the stone. In countenance it was broad, its flaps of hide hanging loose across its bristled back. The Archambault drove it away, laughing at its clumsiness, heedless of the declinate fangs protruding at unknowable angles from its distended maw. He said the beast, or Bogfisher as the locals called it, was a failing vestige in the land of men, fit to be tamed or slain. That night we camped beside an underground lake, its rippling waves a susurrus of inhuman whispers. The sepulchral emptiness of the starless night was vast, our own fire pitiful in its sullen rebellion against the unending dark. The Bogfisher slipped from the lake, its flapping paws perfectly equipped to propel it through the water. Its spiny maw closed upon the Archambault. Then the Marquis was gone, his frantic thrashing all we could see in the frenzied white water as the Bogfisher pulled him under. That night, I knew that this is not the land of men. The lightless, torpid waters are not tamed. Men are but ants crawling witlessly across a lily pad in a pond. Most think the emerald land bound to their tiny will. Those few who peer over the edge and see the leviathans, pale-bellied, scales shimmering in colors with no name, swimming beneath them, can only scurry away, trying in vain to articulate the vast and uncaring terrors that await. What my eyes have seen, my limited mind may never comprehend, but I shall never draw near dark water again. The Bogfisher has taught me well. From an Anatomie of Various Terrible Beasts by Baron Havard-Pierre de Amortesan. The Bogfisher likes hiding in dark places in water. Master does not like baths. Footnote in the margins of the manuscript by the Baron Scribe, Dunwich. Entry, Cretahl. Long before the first Thags, legend speaks of the Cretahl, horned war beasts with eyes like molten silver. Possessing the might of 3 Brontos, the Cretahl charged their prey, using a rock-hard frill to smash their targets to a bloody pulp. The Cretahl held down their prey with 4 strong legs, quickly stripping their victims' flesh from the bone with powerful jaws. Despite their brutality, some Cretahl were domesticated as fierce weapons in battle. What happened to these savage creatures is unknown. Some people claim the Darkspawn wiped them out. Others say they never existed. Those with more imagination speculate that these magnificent creatures retreated deep within the earth in search of the deadliest prey. Entry, Deepstalker. One of the few natural non-darkspawn creatures to live in the deep roads, the Deepstalker is a reptilian cave dweller known for burrowing into the stone paths of the deep roads and ambushing prey, usually nugs. They hunt in packs, attacking with round mouths full of serrated teeth or spitting poison from venom glands. Although a single Deepstalker poses little threat to any experienced explorer, packs can be quite lethal. From Tales from Beneath the Earth by Brother Genetivi. Entry, Gurgut. The chant of light claims that the Maker made us, and in our folly we think ourselves blessed by such fact. If fact it is, for in my seeking I find only base illusions, the better for being torn down and mocked as inadequate in the harsh light of reason. But as an exercise, let's say that it is true that the Maker made us. I have seen the Gurgut, basking in a slanted shaft of sunlight in the penumbral canyon. its putrescent tongue scenting the rancid air of the nameless and unnameable swamp, swishing the uncaring grass of the plains with its passage. It is some cousin of the wyvern, but bereft of the savage ferocity for which the latter is praised and hunted by Orlesian nobles. Its thick-lidded eyes stare witlessly, and its jaw hangs agape. It is not befuddled or frustrated by its want of reason, but perfectly content, a drooling idiot. Its pallid belly stretches and distends, disdaining all reason, when it gorges itself upon its prey. I have seen such a lowly beast swallow a chevalier whole, the great and shining warrior taken by surprise in the tall grass, his silverite armor gleaming as the Gurgut unhinged its jaw to draw the chevalier in. Across its belly I saw the kicks and struggles grow frenzied, and then still, and the idiot beast settled into a happy torpor. The ruined armor of the noble chevalier lay among the Gurgut's spores several days later. Say that it is true, that the Maker made us. What if he made us for food? What if the grand purpose of our searching existence is to stretch the belly of a beast that slinks through the tall grass? What if there is a single unbending purpose, and in it we are cattle to feed the witless leviathans that slumber unseen beneath us? From An Anatomie of Various Terrible Beasts by Baron Havard-Pierre de Amortesan. Master makes us check behind him for Gurguts at all times. He also carries a very sharp stick. Footnote in the margins of the manuscript by the Baron's scribe Dunwich. Entry: Lurker. You want to hunt lurkers? Alright, then there's a few things you should know. First, they don't just live in caves. Some of the locals call them cave lurkers, but I've seen them in the wastelands, in the marshes, really anywhere you think creatures shouldn't be able to live. Why? Because they eat almost anything, and they eat rarely. When they're not hunting, they curl up in a sort of hibernation to conserve energy. If you can catch them in that state, consider yourself lucky. If not, you'll need to be on your toes. They're quiet when they want to be, you see, hence the lurk part of their name. They hunt in packs, they spit poison. In fact, I've lost more than one fellow because a group of lurkers descended upon him while he took a piss in the bushes. They surround him, paralyze him, and then tear him to pieces, all without the rest of the camp knowing a single thing was going on, not 20 feet away. From The Most Dangerous Things to Eat by Paul Agier-Frady. Entry: Phoenix. Orlesians believe the phoenix to be a herald of woe, perhaps because the creatures frequent inhospitable places where sane travelers fear to tread. It may also be because they belch a sort of sulphurous gas that reeks of rotten eggs and ancient peat bog, and flocks of the beasts have a pervasive odor of death about them. Orlesians are not always so metaphorical as they like us to believe. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of the Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Entry: Quillback. Those men of learning who claim dominion over the cold, weirdly angled laws of this world would deny that unutterable savagery of nature, conjuring their knowledge as a man in repose draws a blanket over himself, somnolent, to distract from cognizant mind the lethargic caliginosity of this world. Such mendacity is made manifest in the Quillback. Its hooked beak describes a smile that makes mock of the laws of man and maker, and in the sagging folds of its rough and squamous hide lies no elegant simplicity. But look upon its dorsal ridge for the proof, if logic be your refuge. For in the even spines that jut uncaringly from its back, no man of learning can fail to see the cold and twisted spires of the Black City itself. What maker would give mock to our ebullient transgressions by marking his domicile into the flesh of this repugnant eater of flesh, this scavenger of wastes and deserts? What message can any man read in this carrion feeder's decrepit spines than that the golden city of which we dream is black, always black, the swollen infection poisoned from time beyond the knowledge of our insignificant minds, awaiting only our unheeding touch to afflict us with understanding of our true place in this vast, uncaring world. From An Anatomie of Various Terrible Beasts by Baron Havard-Pierre de Amortesan. Master means that it's pointy. Footnote in the margins of the manuscript by the Baron's scribe Dunwich.
Nuts.
Yes, this book is,
Eh?
Oh, nuts. Cabot, that's very gracious of you. What do I owe you for these?
On the house. I haven't seen a Quillback cracker since I was a boy. Got nostalgic. Figured you were so deep in your papers. Might as well put that little brute to work too.
A Quillback cracker? Oh. Yes. Well, to work. Go one more side, so like.
Huh? Huh?